Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel, and in today's video I'm going to be giving my review for Don't Worry Darling. This was a film that I was actually going to skip, but decided to go ahead and watch it because I am a fan of Florence Pugh, not really a fan of Harry Styles, which is one of the reasons why I was going to skip it, on top of the fact that the trailer just didn't look that amazing for the movie. But I decided why not, since it was on HBO Max, check it out. Uh, and I pretty well got what I expected. Um, the the biggest positive about this film, of course, is Florence Pugh's uh, acting. She's amazing in this. Um, she rarely gives a bad performance. Uh, the cinematography is nice. I think they do good with the cinematography for this one. Um, Chris Pine, who's in this as Frank, he's the person that is over everything that's going on. I think Chris does a really good job as well. Um, Harry Styles is definitely one of the weaker points of this, which is what I had been hearing for the most part from everybody. And it is pretty much what it is. He's not an actor. Um, I mean, is he the worst? Is it the worst performance I've ever seen? No. Is it a great performance or anything? No. I don't really feel. I didn't really feel a lot of chemistry between him and Florence, um, either, which kind of hurt. Olivia Wilde's in this as Bunny, just kind of the next door neighbor character that's best friends with uh, Florence's character Alice. Um, and I mean, she's in it some. She's not. She's out. She's kind of in and out, I guess you could say. Um, but outside of a couple good performances, outside of one good, one great, outside of some really good cinematography, the storyline is okay. It does, for me, felt like it dragged at times. Um, I will say I uh, sort of liked what they did with it, but I just didn't love it. Um, I think the uh, idea of them basically, I ain't really gonna be spoiling much since the movie's been out for so long. Basically, what happens is uh, Alice and Jack, um, they are in kind of a rut in their relationship, in their marriage, and uh, he ends up signing up for this kind of a project that's going on, and basically they get sent into this virtual world, and uh, it's a cool concept, but it just didn't fully work for me because I'm sitting here thinking, because basically he had to force her onto the into this. He had like strapped her down to a bed and like had like an IV in her and had this thing on her eyes, which he had to put them on his eyes too. That's how they, how it worked. But uh, to me, the concept was kind of odd because you would think people would be looking for her. You think they'd be wondering where she's at, what's going on, why nobody had found him. I don't. It just didn't make sense to me. And there really wasn't a lot of explanation. There really was no explanation of how uh, this project, this whatever you want to call it, how it was even happening, how it uh, was being done without anybody getting in trouble, because it wasn't just like them. It was everybody that was in this world was in the same situation. They were in like a deep sleep kind of thing, and they were all sent to this virtual reality world where the husbands are supposed to be going off to work, spending all day at work, while the wives stay at home, cook, clean, hang out with each other, and just do the same routine every day, and have kind of that perfect housewife relationship that you would see probably back in the 50s or something. Um, and uh, so this is happening all over the world. I don't understand how it's getting by, how they're getting by with all this. Why nobody's looking for these people that's signing up for this, because most of the women aren't on board with it. The only one we find out that's really on board with it is Olivia Wilde's character, Bunny. We find out that she, by the end of it, she admits that she knows what's going on, and she chose the life because it gave her kids back, because she had lost her kids, so it gave her a chance to have them back and have that life she didn't get to have. So she was fine with it. She just went with it. Um, but that bothered me. And there's a scene toward the end of the movie where Chris Pine's character is killed by his, supposed to be, I guess, his wife, and she says, it's my turn, or it's, basically like it's her time to take over now. He's failed because Florence, uh, Alice, her character Alice has killed Harry Styles' character, and has taken off. They haven't been able to capture her. She's working her way up to try to escape the realm that she's in again, because she's done it once before, and he was able to bring her back into the world without her really knowing. Um, him being Harry Styles' character Jack. Um, but uh, but it never advances past that. It you just see her say that, and it never goes anywhere else. I don't know, because to me the thing is, by the end of it, it doesn't show it, but you kind of figure out that she did escape before they could catch her. So you would think that should be able to like bring this whole operation down, but we never get that. We never find out. We never get that closure, and it just leaves you with a lot of questions more than answers. And I didn't like that about it. I thought, you know, when you're sitting through a like 2 hour, I think it's a little over 2 hours long of a movie, and you end up with more questions than answers, and the fact too that it's probably not going to get a sequel, it just is not a way to end a film, um, especially when it's already felt like it's a drug uh, throughout at points. So it overall, this was just an okay movie. It was what I thought it was going to be, a overlong bad performance, or okay performance from Harry Styles, with uh, just leaving me scratching my head with some things at the end. Um, this is definitely nothing that I would probably watch again, even though I love Florence Pugh and I love her performance in this. I think she's amazing in this. Um, I would not sit through this. I couldn't sit through this again just for that. There is early on some unneeded sexual scenes. Um, there was really no point of having them in there, in my opinion. It didn't do anything for the story. It just felt very random. Um, so I mean, they do sort of try to tie it in because of a comment that Bunny makes later on in the movie. But to me, it was still very unneeded. So that was another kind of little nitpick about it. But I gave this a 3 out of 5. I think it's worthy of a 3 out of 5 with the two good performances. Well, one good, one great, and then the cinematography, and then the potential that was there at moments, at points in it. Um, I definitely think 3 out of 5 is a nice score for this, and one that I'm happy with. But like I said, definitely not one that I'm going to be watching again. So I believe that's everything for my review for Don't Worry Darling. So please come and like, subscribe, hit the bell to be notified for our videos, and we will see you all in the next one.